Welcome back to All Quiet in the Trenches, guys. Episode 3. It looks like we've got high prestige with the officer, and we've got a good mood amongst the men. It's great to hear, but I've got the feeling that because of all the artillery we saw in the last episode, that an offensive is coming soon. So we better get fairly prepared. Someone does want to talk to me, and it looks like we're still waiting for fresh supplies. I'm sorry, my stockpile is almost empty. That's too bad. My real focus is going to be getting the men just basic food rations. And in fact, I'm going to jump over here to the field kitchen, and I'm going to see if there's anything I could do with Field Cook Zielinski. For the most part, we were able to defend our food stocks, Herr Unteroffizier, but the rats keep coming. Is there anything else? Your men are exhausted. With your permission, I would like to give them larger portions to get them back into shape. Okay. I'm handing out only meager rations right now. It breaks my heart to leave them hungry while our food stocks are still supplied well enough. So let's give them standard rations. Just standard. All right. I'll serve them in standard rations again from now on. And that's because the food stocks are back to normal, but we do still have some pest control problems and situations. So I'm going to have Weilinger, or actually, sorry, Kohn. I'm going to have Kohn and Donner do this work over here. And we are going to end. I see that I can rely on you, Herr Unteroffizier. Good work. All right, good. The officer is happy with us. That is great. Let's take a look here with Franz Wellinger. There's a pub in the village, Herr Unteroffizier. Donner and I would like to visit with your permission. No. Well, then again, let's take a look. Pleasant, relaxing. Who's like really tired? Lotze. So let's send Lotze and Bellinger to the pub. One evening, Lotze came back to camp with a whole crate worth of food. He placed it with the rest of our stock and wandered off, whistling and lost in thought. When our eyes met, he hesitated for a brief, unsure moment before muttering a friendly greeting. Okay, I demanded to know where the food had come from. We've got to find out what Lotze is up to. Where did you get that food? I demanded to know. Does it matter? As long as we have something to eat? He asked, a little defensive, but did not relent, and after a few moments he gave in to under my stern eyes. I was just walking through the village, and well, sometimes you find things. He gave me a callous shrug as he spoke. So what he did was he stole. That is interesting. In that case, well done. You know what? I praised his initiative. He received my kind words with gratitude, and he took his leave, visibly pleased. Now, we are the German army, so he probably should have been shot for that, but I think you sometimes have to make exceptions. The turmoil in the village could be heard before we saw the smoke and flames in the otherwise dark night. A barn had caught fire, and now the villagers scrambled to prevent the fire from spreading. I monitored the situation, ready to intervene. But it didn't take long to realize that the villagers managed to control the fire on their own. I calmed down those of my men who had been at my side the whole time, nervously awaiting to rush in to their aid. Wellinger came hurryingly towards me, clearly upset and with a blood-stained uniform. Herr Unteroffizier, have you seen the sorry state of the field hospital? He asked, visibly aghast. I just helped carry one of the wounded who couldn't make it on his own to the field hospital. The injured are everywhere, and the beds are overflowing already. The nurses just told me to drop him off wherever, that they had no time to tend to him anyhow. I'd known with the intense fighting of the last days that a lot of injured were passing through our camp, but to think that the state of the field's hospital had already gotten so bad, is there nothing to be done? The soldier pleaded with me. I will look into it. That's all we can offer. That is all we can offer right now, guys. All right, so Madame Laroche called to the edge of the camp and caught my attention. I approached her, and after a brief exchange of pleasantries, she stated the reason for her presence. One of your men, Lotze, or some such, was seen helping himself to the villagers' provisions. See, initially, she was saying good things. Oh, no, it wasn't Lotze that she was saying good things about, was it? It was someone else. Oh, boy. I'm not able to return anything. Be that as it may, I'm not able to give out any of her food, I stated firmly. That didn't seem to satisfy her, so I decided to elaborate. The military takes precedence. It does. She turned away without another word, all of a sudden very tired. It's unfortunate, but we can't be everybody's friend in this situation, and it looks like that got us in an excellent mood with our men, so they really appreciated that particular move, although I'm sure they might not appreciate it later when potentially we start getting shot at by the villagers, which could happen, honestly. Unteroffizier, resupply came in. I had them bring your ration directly to your unit's stockpile. Okay, nice. Now, what does the officer want? And I'm guessing that the battle is going to have to happen very, very soon here. I think we've gotten rid of the rats here, Unteroffizier. I haven't seen any trace of them in days. The food stocks are finally safe again. Hey, awesome. Is there anything else? I'd suggest you assign double rations to the men. I agree. Let's give them those double rations, guys. And let's see what the officer wants. And as you can see, we are in an excellent mood with the men, but the hospital is overburdened. We're going to need to head over there and do something about that at the expense of potentially pissing off the officer here. So let's take a look. We're massively overburdened. Offer assistance. Okay, let's do it. So assist in the hospital. Send in Donner and Cohen. Let's see what the officer wants. We have a few prisoners of war in our camp that need to be guarded until they can be moved to a prison. Until then, it will be your responsibility, Herr Unteroffizier. Okay. Let's do it. We're going to have to guard those captives. Let's make Leinecke and Schmidbauer guard them. And we've got Wellinger and Lotze still here. We could probably do some additional work. So let's ask about more work. And we need men to dig trenches. We always need that. So let's send Lotze and Weilinger. And actually, you know what? This is what we should do. We should send Kohn and Donner to dig trenches and Lotze and Leinecker to assist in the hospital, because this is not quite as tiring a task. Actually, they're both exhausting. Who am I kidding? Let's proceed. Okay, so Leinecke is pretending to be the Unteroffizier here, or the Leutnant, pardon me. I'm just going to say I didn't say anything. Leinecke continued to joke around for a moment, but soon realized I wasn't the right person for it. He then apologized and left. I didn't want to put him down for it, but at the same time, you know, we kind of have to say something there, or we can't be part of it. And we've got high prestige with the officer. We've got an excellent mood with the men. So far, we're doing okay. The latrine is filled to the brim. It sure is. And guess what? Anybody who notices it gets to clean the latrine. Sorry, that's the rules here. The major has finally given us the marching orders. We're going to battle. About time. I hope you kept your people ready as ordered. I expect you and your men to give it your all in the field, Herr Unteroffizier. This is our chance to chase the French out of the trenches once and for all. Okay? Let's get ready, guys. I believe we got a fight coming up. We're preparing for the imminent operation a few days from now. The mood was tense, but it seemed to weigh particularly hard on Weilinger. When he had heard of our upcoming deployment, he turned pale, and the fear had not left his eyes since. Pull yourself back together, man. All right, here we go. A soldier was just coming back into the camp with a stack of freshly chopped wood when I heard the young soldier Wellinger quipping. It's a pity we're not at home. I know where we could find some stocks. At Lotus. Farmer Shanka's daughter. She's really stacked. Oh boy, I can imagine his accompanying gesture, and of course, they show his accompanying gesture. I let the soldiers have their fun. We are not going to inhibit the soldiers. That is not going to help us at all. Okay, guys, tomorrow we march to battle, announced Lieutenant von Karlsbruck. He had summoned all of his subordinate Unteroffizier to discuss the upcoming operation. Their fear of what might come was clearly palpable, but most of them did their best to cover it with their heads high and chests puffed up with pride. The goal of our mission is to conquer and hold the next trench line. At your command. Let's make it happen, guys. Let's go to battle. It's that simple. We're going to have to come out of this successfully, well, hopefully alive, and the battle is going to begin. All groups are in position. The attack can begin. Forward march over the river. All right, guys, here we go. Our new task is to cross the river and, of course, try and take the trenches back from the French. This is exciting, although at the same time, a little bit terrifying. Well, guys, we're in the big leagues. It looks like we're going for another battle, and we need to do a forward march across the river. Interesting nonetheless. Let's see just how well we do. And now that we've got 6 guys with us, this is pretty exciting. It's quite a large group, but I don't want to lose them all at once. So let's cross the river. Just want to take a look here. It's going to be in this general direction. Okay, I was thinking of going here first, but we're going to have to get a bit farther across. So let's advance over here. It's quite a long advance. Here we go. The battle begins. Special thanks, of course, to everybody that has continued supporting this series. Without you, we certainly would not have gotten this far. And it looks like we are going to continue to move forward, although we could already provide some general suppression here. I'm trying to find another location which we could go to, which would be safe. Let's take a look. This one looks fairly safe. Not really, because it's not a trench. It's just behind a rock. So let's go try to advance here, or maybe, you know what? Maybe we will just continue firing. So right now, I'm just going to do the general suppression. Open fire on the French and hopefully keep them back. I'm not sure if we face English too in this game. I think it's just the French, but we are going to continue to advance. As you can see, we are crossing across open terrain, but thankfully, it's very low danger so far. So let's go. So far, so good. We've made it this far, at least. And it looks like the French are already being forced back quite a bit. Now, that's the position we want to take. But the problem is that's just behind barbed wire. I don't think it actually confers any sort of cover advantage. This, however, does. So it's quite a long move. Low danger, not totally impossible danger, though. And I'm thinking that this might be the more appropriate advance. Once again, low danger. I don't like the position because it's not in a trench, but we are going to benefit our allies the most. Probably not the correct word to use right here, allies. Okay, here we go. Open fire, drive the French out of the trenches and occupy them. Fair enough, guys. We need to cross the river and suppress the French. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a look and see who is going to be the best shooter here. We already know that Kohn is a great shooter, so I'm going to put him up here. Vellinger, highly motivated. I am going to put him up here. Let's take a look. Dunner, he's quite strong. I'm going to have him cut the barbed wire. And Leineke, or maybe Schmidbauer, let's take a look here. Physically fit. He's shocked. That's not good. Not going to be the best candidate to fire. So let's send Leineke over here to suppress the French troops. Here we go, guys. Oh my goodness, this shot was pretty close over here, but we managed to survive. Here we go, open fire. So far, so good. Oh my goodness, there are a lot of different troops we have to deal with here. Look at that, man. Covering fire for German Troop 4, covering fire for German Troop 2. This will allow those units to move up. But we need to cut the barbed wire for ourselves. It looks like that did not succeed. I'm going to offer the covering fire. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Boom, boom, boom. We do need to advance into enemy trenches, but for now, we are just going to provide some cover. Didn't manage to cut it completely. Damn you! We've done better than that. Here we go. Let's see if we can cover the movement of our troops. There are a lot of French over there, man. Also some artillery exploding, if I'm not mistaken. And look at that. All right, our boys are moving up. Pretty nice. Now, we are going to advance too. The problem is moderate danger on this advance, as you can see. So can we find a better way through without incurring any sort of morale penalty? I don't think we can. I think that's going to be the best, unless we want to try to cut through the barbed wire again, and that's not an option. So we are going to advance, guys. Here we go. Fingers crossed. One of our men already lost his helmet. Oh, one of them is failing to get there. Unfortunately, we've got a dead man here in the trench. Yep, there's a corpse, guys. We're going to have Kohn throw the grenade, and we're going to have Lotse search the corpse. Wish us luck. Nice. I think I just saw one go down. That's a kill. That is a kill. And of course, advancing into the French trenches is going to be one element of this. Let's take a look. Extreme danger versus over here. Extreme danger. Man, I'm not sure there's a good advance here. Now, there's low danger on this advance, and we'll still be behind cover. Let's do it. These are the orders, right? So we've got to carry them out. No equipment to be found here, Herr Unteroffizier. So we found no equipment on the dead man. Oh, man, the French are all around us here. And they are into close combat, guys. Here we go. Fingers crossed. The enemy's getting reinforcements. Wasn't our artillery supposed to stop them? Oh, no. That's not good. All right. Let's focus on close combat. Oh, no. One of our men is hit. First aid for Donner. He is wounded for sure. We're going to keep the fight going, though, guys. We're going to have Schmidbauer try to tend to him. Actually, I'll have Kohn try and tend to him. I'm hit. I'm bleeding. Oh, no. Donner is definitely hurt. Let's keep on firing. Keep the fight going. Hopefully, we can get the French to retreat. They do seem to be moving back. Yep, I think they're falling back, guys. We're continuing that first aid. I do want to advance, but we have not stopped the first aid yet, and therefore we are waiting. We have to find ammunition somewhere. That is definitely not good. Let's see. Now, we could attempt the advance, but Donner and our buddy Kohn are going to have to wait behind here. Man, that's rough. I'm going to advance over here. There's low danger in this advance, but we're going to be leaving 2 men behind. Donner's bleeding is almost stopped. Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to have to wait. Going to have to keep those 2 here, and hopefully Kohn can save him and make it to us in time before the end of the battle. Heads down, artillery! That thunder of cannons comes from our side. Oh, no, our artillery is smashing right into us, guys. And what's this? Looks like Casualties? I'm not even familiar. Oh, it's one of the Germans, guys. Okay, that's pretty cool. So let's hold this position in the trenches and defend. But we also want to provide aid for this wounded man. Let's do that. Schmidbauer is under high stress. So actually, I'm going to send Leinecke. I really do want these guys to move over here, though, and hopefully they will get over here soon. For now, we are going to hold on. Oh, that's right. We are out of ammo. All right, let's try and make it into the next trench. Hopefully, Kohn will be joining us here, guys. I don't want to lose him. We're actually risking our lives to save a French prisoner. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. And okay, Kohn is going to be escorting Donner to the field hospital. Let's hope he makes it there in time. I'm trying to see if there's any chance to go ahead and look for ammunition, but I'm not seeing it. And we must continue, guys. A tactical movement, low danger here into the next area. We have to get out of here. We have no way to oppose the enemy without any ammunition. He's right. He's absolutely right. Oh my goodness, that was directly on top of us. Press on. The artillery barrage does not change your orders. All right, the officer is telling us to press on. Not sure that's the greatest idea, but we do have 2 of our men arriving, and one of them fleeing to the military hospital. That's what we like to see, and Kohn is also moving. I want to make sure that they survive. Do we continue, guys? What are the rest of our troops doing? Again, without ammunition, why continue, right? We need to at least find a way to locate some more ammunition. I think I'm just going to hold here. At least the Unteroffizier will see that we have held on to the very end. Okay, task completed. Defend position in the trenches, and now we can finally begin the retreat, and I am going to make a very, very fast retreat, guys. So let's take a look here. Low danger there. Let's do that. We weren't sent into this fight with enough ammunition, that's for sure. Something to talk to the brass about once we make it back to camp. For today, the French are off the hook. Abort the attack, we withdraw. All right, fair enough. I have never been so happy to retreat here. And let's see. Just want to make sure I'm retreating in the right direction. Yes, indeed. Very low danger. I like that. If the officer isn't ridiculously happy with the way we've performed, I am going to be pissed. Even if you're retreating, you're expected to stay in formation. Understood? Okay. In that case, we want to stay here. And you know what? While we're here, we'll have Schmidtbauer search the knapsack. Who knows? Maybe we'll find some ammunition. I'm hoping that that additional unit will get here. Oh no, Donner is unknown whereabouts. He was supposed to go to the field hospital, but he has not yet arrived. And we're still waiting for Kohn to rejoin our troop. I'm not sure where he is. Is that him right there? I hope so, man. We're gonna stay put. I was able to find some. Okay, nice. We have a little bit of ammo. Okay, looks like he rejoined. Oh, that would be great. Not bad. Now we can continue the retreat. We are not going to suppress any French troops. We are going to run like mad dogs. Very low danger. Let's get it moving, boys. At least we're all alive. And I think we actually killed one of those enemies. Kohn did with the grenade, which was pretty exciting. But did we end up taking that Frenchman prisoner? I'm still not sure. To the next level. All right, guys, here we go. Whatever this war would bring us today, for today we lived and could enjoy this life, at least for those of us who didn't have wounds to deal with. Donner would certainly have to go through a lot of pain in the near future, but at this point it seemed likely that he would recover and be with us soon. We just barely reached our tents when Lieutenant von Kosbruck was already strutting up. He looked dissatisfied, but when our eyes met, his expression softened a little. Ah, Herr Unteroffizier, what a shame we had to retreat, but at least it wasn't because of you and your people. Wow. Okay, we're doing our best. And the Kaiser and Vaterland are proud of you, he replied distractedly and patted me awkwardly on the shoulder. His gaze was already fixed on the next group that had arrived, and it suggested that there wouldn't be even such empty praise wanting for them. With a brief "keep it up," he turned away, finally freeing me to take care of my men again. What more could we expect, right? And to be fair, Donner made it back, so we've got to be happy. We actually got to keep Donner. We're currently with exceptional prestige with the Unteroffizier, or with the officer. I believe I'm the Unteroffizier. Somebody correct that for me if I'm incorrect. And our men are in a good mood, all things considered. But we have so much to focus on now, guys. So much worth fighting for here going forward. And I hope you guys have continued to enjoy the episodic series. I want to thank everybody that has watched every episode and liked every episode, commented, etc. It really helps us out big time, especially if I want to bring this channel back to what I believe it could be, and start doing these videos a lot more regularly. Thank you so much, take care, and have a fantastic day, my friends.